What's up, everybody? This is Joe, Buzzer Beater Sports. Welcome again to another video. We're going to go over some news today. We have boxing, UFC, and some NFL stuff. Let's start with boxing. Legend Manny Paquio will be on trial March 3rd for his ongoing lawsuit filed by Paradigm Sports for his breach of contract in 2021. The suit claims that Manny Paquio allegedly decided to go back and work with Al Haymon's Premier Boxing Championship when he was, at the time, a recent signee with Paradigm Sports already. The supposed deal with Paradigm was a $25 million purse to face Mikey Garcia that year and a planned crossover boxing match as well with Conor McGregor, who is also part of Paradigm Sports. Manny wanted a guaranteed $5 million in advance for the Mikey Garcia fight, even without fighting. Paradigm CEO Audie Attar gave a statement, quote, "Manny's days of thumbing his nose at our contracted rights are almost at an end. We have an overwhelming case against him and look forward to justice being served. The court has already entered an order stating that due to his consistent violation of court orders, Pacquiao is now deemed to have admitted that he breached his contract with Paradigm and that it has suffered more than $20 million in damage," end quote. Attar messaged other organizations saying that if they were to sign Manny Pacquiao, Paradigm will immediately commence action against them for tortious interference with contract and seek both an injunction and damages. So tortious interference is pretty much just lingo for breach of contract. Injunction is an authoritative order to pretty much hold back or keep someone from working with someone who is under their contract at the time. Vis-a-vis, Paradigm won't let Manny work with anybody else. The damages is that they would get the money back. Audie Attar also said, quote, "Once Paradigm wins trial in March, we will cut off 100% of Manny Pacquiao's opportunities to earn money in the U.S. from any source because any revenue he generates will be attached to his judgment. So his money will go to them either way. So he's going to be fighting for nothing. Money goes to them. Additionally, Paradigm will aggressively pursue enforcement of its judgment in any foreign country where Manny seeks to fight. They want their money." Also, part of that, repping Paradigm is Judd Burstein, who used to work with Manny Pacquiao for a previous contract dispute lawsuit as well. Manny Pacquiao's lawyers are now filing a motion to disqualify Judd Burstein. Manny Pacquiao has denied any wrongdoing. Quote, "Paradigm Sports' lawsuit against me has no merit. I have an absolute right under the agreement with Paradigm to engage in the upcoming bout with Errol Spence. If this frivolous lawsuit continues, I will be proven correct in court," end quote. Pacquiao is 44 years old. He owns a 62-8-2 record with 39 KOs. He retired in 2021 to focus on Philippine presidential campaign. He's set to return to boxing under Ryzen in 2023. He has no opponent yet. He had an exhibition match against a YouTuber named DKYO, I don't know his name. He won that by decision. Okay, on to UFC. We got some big fights. UFC 287 is going to be stacked. First off, we got Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya for the middleweight championship. It's number 2 for UFC, but technically number 3 or 4. They fought 1 or 2 times in kickboxing. It's most likely going to be the same outcome. I think Pereira is going to most likely KO him again. He's too good. He's timed him too well. His hook is just nasty. I think it's just his time to reign with that belt. Next, they just added Gilbert Burns, number 4, versus number 14, George Masvidal, in the welterweight division. Burns just subbed Neil Magny. His last fight, fantastic finish, great win. Masvidal lost to Colby Covington way back when they fought a few months ago or whatever it was. Listen, if Masvidal didn't have that fluke against Ben Askren and then have a good showing against Nate, he wouldn't even be here, honestly. He's probably done. And honestly, he's probably going to be done after this fight. When he loses, probably going to get subbed. So I'm going Gilbert Burns with a sub. Next, bantamweight, we have Rob Font, number 7, against number 15, Adrian Yanez. This should be a good fight. This should be a banger. Rob Font is part of that New England cartel. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He's beaten Ricky Simone, Marlon Moraes, and Cody Garbrandt. Decent wins. And he's lost to Jose Aldo and Marlon Vera, both by decision. He got wrecked by Vera. He looked horrible. Physically, I mean, not fight-wise. It was still a great fight, but Vera pieced him up. Yanez is fighting out of Metro Fight Club. He's 5-0 in his last 5. He's got a KO over Victor Rodriguez, who just got cut. He's got a KO over Gustavo Lopez. He's got a TKO over Randy Costa, who I believe was also just cut. And he has a decision over Davey Grant. Oh, and also a TKO over Tony Kelly. So, yeah, he's 5-0 in his last 5. Not the greatest competition. Like I said, it's going to be a banger. I'm probably going to go Rob Font in a decision. We also have, at 170, Kevin Holland and Santiago Ponzinibbio. Can't wait for this fight. It's going to be insane. I'm probably going to go Ponzinibbio, though. If Holland can keep his game tight and just, use his jabs and not get sloppy and, not really try to wrestle, especially against Ponzinibbio, he could get it. Like I said, it's going to be a good fight. Kevin Holland's 0-2 in his last 2. He's lost those fights to Kamzat and Stephen Thompson. And Ponzinibbio is 2-3 in his last 5. He's lost to Jing Ling Lee by KO. He beat Miguel Baeza. He lost to Jeff Neal, and he lost to Michael Pereira. And he beat Alex Morano by KO this last fight. Yeah, it should be a good one. On to NFL. I'm going to talk about my Niners a little bit. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a tight game in the first half. A couple field goals, maybe a big touchdown play by one of the teams. But the big news really is CMC. A little bit hurt. He says there's nothing wrong. He said he's a full go. Don't know how that's going to turn out. They could use him sparingly. They can throw him a few passes. Elijah Mitchell is also a little banged up. So, who knows what's going on with that. But, because of all this, I see Debo getting a few more runs, honestly. Working and running back a little more than wide receiver. Give him a little action. Debo's Debo, man. He's insane. He's a freak. He can do it all. Running back, wide receiver, whatever. Just give him the ball, honestly, especially in open space. Let him run. On the other side, honestly, the guy I'm looking at is Davante Smith, man. He's an animal. Jalen Hurts loves him, especially at home, especially on third down. Since December at home, he's averaging 86.25 yards, 9.75 targets, 6.75 catches, 2 touchdowns, and a long of 29.5 yards, That's 4 games. And since December, in 7 games, he's averaging 92.5 yards, 9.5 targets, 6.42 catches, 1.4 touchdowns, and a long of 32 yards. So the guy's getting the ball, and he's making plays with it. San Francisco's defense is first in points per game in the NFC. Their rush D is elite. And that's what Philly's the best at. So, they're going to have to probably throw it. So I see Davante Smith getting some action. Philly, they're first in offense in points per game in the NFC. They have an elite rush offense, second-ranked defense. They have the most sacks this year of 75, and they're the second highest pressure rate defense. They're just good all around, man. It's going to be a fantastic game. I want my Niners to win. I have to be realistic sometimes, but we'll see what happens. One of the guys I'm also looking at is Brandon Aiyuk. I think it's time for him to get something tomorrow. He's averaging 6 targets since January a game. He's due for a touchdown, I believe. And, you know, with Philly's defense, all year they've given up, between running back and wide receivers, 38 touchdowns, and 22 of those have gone to wide receivers. So, you know, San Fran's going to have to probably figure something out if they can't get the game going. You know, they got to pepper some targets to Aiyuk, man. Get him the ball. So that's our video today. If you guys have followed my daily shekel play of the day, we're 2-0 right now. Try to get one possibly this coming week. And, you know, we'll talk some more UFC too. Thanks for coming again. Joe, Buzzer Beater Sports. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll be back. See you on the next one.